I looked at every financial services use case at the Databricks Data and AI Summit, and I picked my favorites. There are a lot, okay? I got 42 of them in total, but obviously I cannot really attend all of them. For me, at least at this point, okay, what I really want to see, what truly matters, are applied use cases. Not to say that I don't appreciate things like best practices and new features and announcements. I think we're going to get plenty of that. What I really want to see though, is to see how banks, how insurance companies and others in the financial services space, how they use Databricks. That's what I like. What I want to see are banks, brokers, insurers, and fintech companies, what their use cases are and how they're shipping Databricks workloads to production. Before I get into the agenda, let me tell you one thing. Business leaders aren't buying the tech. No matter how much you like the tech, they're buying outcomes. And even if you're an engineer or a manager, it doesn't matter, right? Use cases drive the work that you do. Like, for example, seeing a credit risk lakehouse at Rabo Bank or a data sharing pipeline at Faxet. This gets you thinking about your own warehouses, about your own data, and also about your own infrastructure. So if they hit on a data landscape that looks similar to yours, you just got yourself a shortcut right there. That's why these use case driven sessions are very, very important. Also, a live benchmark beats any slide deck that a consultant could pull together. And all these talks, okay, what they really do is to reveal the people, the architectures, and the details that you don't usually see in the media. That's why I filtered for use case sessions over the learning ones, because there are almost 700 sessions. You cannot really attend all of them, and to be fair, you don't even want to attend all of them. There's not enough time. You should only attend the ones that make sense based on your job or depending on your skill level and obviously what interests you. But most importantly, a summit is also to network, to meet people, to talk to them, and to be honest, just have fun. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the 15 sessions that I'm personally attending. I used the Databricks scheduler and it was great because I could include as many as possible without actually creating any conflicts between one or two of them. So I definitely recommend that you use that. They also have an iOS and an Android app, so you can use that on the go. Many of the sessions that I'm going to be talking about are about capital markets, and they're pretty much capital markets focused. And the reason for that is that at Data Intellect, where I lead the Databricks practice, we handle a lot of such use cases. So let's connect on LinkedIn and let's talk about financial services challenges that you're facing. The first session that I'm attending is Transforming Credit Analytics with a Compliant Lakehouse at Rabo Bank. This shows Rabo Bank's transition to a secure and audit-ready data architecture using Unity Catalog. So they tore out some data marts and then they migrated everything into one UC governed lakehouse. I'm really excited about this because, as they say, they're covering a framework for a phased migration to Unity Catalog and also how they meet regulatory compliance with UC's lineage tracking. There are a lot of challenges that companies face when migrating, so it's going to be a great session. Next one is also about Unity Catalog, leveraging Databricks Unity Catalog for enhanced data governance in Unipol. This one, although similar to the Rabo Bank UC use case, I think it's worth seeing if you deal with complex corporate structures. They run 7 subsidiaries, each on its own AWS account. Probably they're going to show how they map catalogs and schemas to each subsidiary, applying masking for sensitive claims data, and how they automate permissions with Terraform, so that teams can get access quickly. I really hope that this will give a clear blueprint for governed sharing across multiple business units. Third is Faxet in collaboration with a leading customer, harnessing delta sharing for accelerated insights. The reason why this session matters is because Faxet delivers some of the most widely used market data feeds in capital markets, but ingesting that data can be problematic because it can mean nightly drops, okay, or custom connectors or a long onboarding. I really hope that the team will show how delta sharing removes these steps. So we're going to hear from both sides. We're going to hear from Faxet, who's going to explain how they publish the data, and hopefully also from the customer, who will explain how they consume and govern that data in production. Next one is how Nubank improves governance, security, and user experience with Unity Catalog. Again, similar to the Rabo Bank and the Unipol ones. But listen, I could literally listen to, 10 migration and upgrade stories. So I'm looking forward to this one as well. I think this is relevant because Nubank is one of the world's largest digital banks, and they also run a Databricks estate that serves 3,000 active users, more than 4,000 production notebooks and jobs, and 1.1 million data objects. And you can imagine that many of them have a lot of customer PII. So they're going to show how they moved all that scale onto Unity Catalog, and that's going to be very interesting to see. Now, let's move from UC, as the next one is trillions of data records, zero bottlenecks for investor decision making. This sounds very clickbaity to me, but I'm excited to see it. This stands out as they ingest trillions of real-time market data rows and then they serve them to portfolio managers in seconds. They mention a flexible UI, so the demo should show a data portal for their investment teams. I'm also interested to see the UI that these teams use for market signals and how they can reduce the time from idea to trade, okay? Real-time market insights powering Optiver's live trading dashboard with Databricks apps and Dash. This is in my top 5 sessions as of now, okay? High frequency trading is not a traditional use case for Databricks because it doesn't offer the latency needed for trading, but powering trading dashboards to help traders, okay? This is a perfect use case for Databricks. These guys are going to show how structured streaming and how Databricks apps can show continuous market views. They say this will be without needing much help from developers to build them. So I'm really looking forward to hear about their architecture and even maybe about some data processing techniques that they use. Okay, next, building real-time trading dashboards with DLT and Databricks apps. This is also in my top 5 because Databricks is perfectly suited for these post-trade monitoring use cases. Seeing how Barclays is doing this is going to be great. Also, DLT/Lakeflow is evolving really fast. And Matt Slack, one of the presenters, is great at explaining and showcasing all these DLT capabilities. Still on Barclays, the next session is Enterprise Financial Crime Detection. I think this is a great session because fin crime detection is another use case that's perfect for Databricks as a platform. As AI evolves, okay, and as technology evolves, I think fin crime will put even more and more organizations on the spot. We also get stricter global rules. We have increasing data volumes and regulators. They keep adding to their list of demands. Barclays will show how a Databricks Lakehouse, Delta Lake, Unity Catalog and MLflow, how this can meet those regulatory demands while at the same time cutting false positives and showing suspicious activities faster. There are a lot of things that I want to see from this session, like for example, implementing policy-based access control for investigators, for scientists, and for auditors, and also how workflows and jobs package this alert data and attach lineage evidence for these regulators. The 9th session is enhancing efficiency with security, how Morgan Stanley is adopting a fully managed lakehouse. Morgan Stanley has always had properly controlled cloud accounts because they need to satisfy various global banking rules, okay? That self-managed position actually keeps data secure, but it costs time, okay? It costs money and you need a lot of engineers to manage it. In this session, they're going to show a fully managed lakehouse that meets those encryption, those isolation and audit demands. I'm sure that is going to be pretty high level, but it's a session that I'm looking forward to. All right, we got 6 to go. There's so many interesting financial services use cases that Databricks can cover, so hopefully I can attend all of them. From news to insights, unlock actionable outcomes with LSEG's machine-readable news and delta sharing. Financial firms rely on external data sources to combine with internal data sources, so LSEG's data is crucial to make better investment decisions. This is why this session matters. Firms use these streams of news to reduce risk, to trigger trades based on various events, and also to enrich their models, for example like ESG models, supply chain, and for other various purposes, and they want to enrich them, okay, with relevant data. It's going to be great to see how LSEG uses delta sharing. I've recently met Simon Gold. I actually met him yesterday as I'm recording this, and he's extremely insightful and a great presenter, so really looking forward to this talk. The next one is learning from Goldman Sachs Legend Lakehouse for data governance. Obviously, you can see the pattern here with these talks from these financial institutions, okay? You get data governance, Unity Catalog, modernizing their data estate. All of these are important, and I think data governance use cases, right, are incredibly important in the financial services landscape. This one will be about how they merge their data contracts layer with a Databricks Lakehouse. They're going to talk about how a highly regulated firm can keep fine-grained entitlements, open formats, and real-time performance in one Lakehouse architecture. The next one's going to be very interesting for crypto bros like myself. Crypto at scale, building a cost-efficient, high-performance platform for real-time blockchain data. Blockchains never sleep, okay? New blocks are added on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and hundreds of other chains. So Elliptics Platform ingests that data. It tags addresses and then it creates risk scores. and they do that in real time. And they do that for exchanges, for banks, and for other institutions. I think this is going to be a great session because they're going to cover how they keep their cloud spend in check when they have so much data, and also how they use structured streaming and advanced analytics to create alerts and get deep into analyzing blockchains. Okay, we got 3 more. A Japanese mega bank's journey to a modern Genai powered governed data platform. SMBC is consolidating data from more than 20 core banking systems. You get loans, you get deposits, you get securities, you get derivatives, you name it. And they're doing it on an Azure Databricks lakehouse. This is a huge migration, and very few banks are showing a technical playbook of how they're actually doing it. Also, they integrate GenAI with strict governance, and they're using Delta sharing and Unity Catalog so that Asian, European, and American business areas so that they can query the same gold datasets without copying data around. We get 2 more. We get accelerating growth in capital markets, data-driven strategies for success. In this session, we get a buy-side firm, we get Northern Trust, we get a major exchange, we get B3, okay? And we get RBC sell-side and also Databricks' industry director on a single stage. I met Antoine recently, and he's a great presenter and has a clear and accurate view of financial services on Databricks. So it's going to be great to hear how each of these speakers are using the same data intelligence platform. The last one that I want to talk about is how State Street uses Databricks as a cybersecurity lakehouse for threat intelligence and real-time alerts. State Street ingests tens of billions of log events daily. You get various endpoints, you get Swift gateways, and multiple APIs. Traditional event management systems can get pricey when you handle so much data, so the team rebuilt their detection and response systems on a Delta Lake plus Unity Catalog foundation. They're also going to show how structured streaming pipelines show threats within seconds. Now, imagine they analyze like 50 petabytes of data in real time. That's a lot of data to build advanced cybersecurity data products. I gotta say, this is in my top 5 as well. But what session are in your top 5? What are you looking forward to seeing at the Databricks Data and AI Summit? I really hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you like what you heard, please like, share, and subscribe. And also connect with me on LinkedIn because I would love to know what you're working on. I'll see you in the next one.